Since this tutorial will help get you into your second finale assignment, which is the string quartet. A few reminders before you begin. Make sure that you go into the finale introduction page, which will give you some reminders, especially as you prepare to upload assignments. There are some editing things that you need to take care of so that you don't lose points for missing out on details. It also has a few reminders for setting up finale for each of your assignments, your autosave, your range, things like that. So just make sure you read all the way through it, especially before you submit assignments. Make sure that you are submitting the correct file format so you don't lose points for that. Okay, and then definitely you'll want to have the assignment open in front of you. The assignment has the score as well. It has the tools that will help you complete the project. So we will begin. There are 2 tutorials for this assignment. You'll want to watch both of them. This tutorial will get you started, and the next tutorial will help you with specific tools. So let us begin by opening up Finale. Last time we were in Finale, we used templates. Today we're going to use the Setup Wizard. The Setup Wizard also comes with more preformed templates. And then, of course, you can also create a new ensemble. We will get to that. But today, we're just working in a string quartet. So we're going to select that, click Next. And you can see it's already given us the 4 instruments, 2 violins, viola, and cello. Those are in score order, so that's great. We'll click Next, and then you'll want to fill out this information. You can fill it out in English or in German. I have no preference. We do want to do the subtitle, which is for 2 violins, viola, and cello. Let's go ahead and put in the opus numbers. For composer, yep, Robert Schumann, and then include yourself. I know whose work this is. Remember, even if we get rid of that copyright sign, it will remain. And then just go through each aspect here. Our time signature is 2/4. Our key signature is C major. We are only doing 12 measures of this. We always specify initial tempo marking, which for this one is andante espressivo. Our unit of time is an 1/8 note. Make sure you change that, and it's 69. There's no pickup measure, so don't worry about that. Click on Finish. And then, as always, let's just make sure that our score is set up to be successful. First, let's go into Edit and Preferences. Make sure that you have your autosave on. I do. Make sure that your palettes and backgrounds are not closing when you're done with them, so that should be not checked. All right, and so if you made any changes, make sure you hit Apply. If not, just click on OK. A few other things. If we go into Edit, we can set up multi-measure rests. If you're not familiar with that, this is what allows musicians to see how many measures they need to rest for without counting individual measures. You would never put multi-measure rests into a score. The conductor needs to see every measure, even if it's empty, but you do want to put it into the individual parts. So click OK. And then if you don't like seeing range or out of range reminders, so in other words, if you're putting notes in and they start to turn different colors, you can go ahead and just turn that off. But do note for future work that if you are writing for a certain level, these are here to assist you with that. Make sure you have your selection tool on, then you can grab individual elements of this, delete that. You can move things around. So much of Finale is just being a good editor, and so please make sure that you do that. We need to add a text box that says Introduction. So if you recall, here's our text tool. Just double click into the score. Introduction. That's great. Go back to your selection tool. You can move it around. I have no requirements for the font or the size. Just make sure it's in there. At the bottom, you will find a copyright symbol. We don't need that. Go ahead and delete that. Just as a reminder, before you're done with this, you're going to come into File and you're going to extract your individual parts. This is what will create the 4 individual parts. You need to make sure you edit those. Finale loves to make oversized final measures. You will lose points for that. Just as we did in the first assignment, if you need to move a measure up into a staff or to make a new staff by moving several measures down, be sure to select the entire measure, use your arrow keys up and down to move them into different staffs, but do not leave 1 or 2 final measures very, very large. You will lose points for that. Watch out for your markings. Make sure that no slurs are touching notes that it shouldn't be touching. Make sure you don't have slurs touching dynamics. No markings should overlap. That's just bad editing, and you wouldn't put that in front of musicians. Again, watch the tutorials, this one and the follow-on tutorial, which shows you how to use individual tools in this assignment, and go back to the Finale introduction page in the module to read all the reminders for a successful completion and upload of this assignment. Good luck.